Green Room here at South Mill Arts. We're bringing you this episode from the amazing pop-up podcast room here in Bishop Stortford. My name is Michelle from SFB Consulting. We're an HR consulting company.
And I'm Ola. I'm an employment lawyer with Tees Law.
So I thought we could talk a bit about when banter rolls into harassment. Very fine line, huh?
I believe so, yeah. Well, we're seeing a lot of it at the moment, aren't we? It's a tricky one because a lot of people think, yeah, it's
just a joke.
It's just bants. But it's not.
Yeah.
It can offend people.
And I mean, it can be difficult. I understand it can be difficult for those who feel that this is a joke. I find it funny, and you should find it funny as well. And often, if something's sent and you go, I'm not sure about that, and then something else is sent, and you're like,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden it feels like to the person sending these jokes, it feels quite sudden, doesn't it? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Well, you didn't say anything before.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a joke.
Yeah,
I find it funny.
But it's all about the eye of the beholder, isn't it? Exactly. It's always about it. Just because you find it funny doesn't necessarily mean that somebody else is going to find it funny.
And I think that's one thing that if whoever's listening to this podcast can take away from this, is it's all based on how it's received.
Exactly.
Exactly. Can't, because you find it funny doesn't mean to say that I'm going to find it funny.
No.
And not find it offensive.
Exactly.
And I think now with more and more people using WhatsApp and sending, having their little group of, and there's gonna be people on there who remain quite quiet.
Always.
You don't know.
You've got
how
no
it's being
idea.
Received,
no idea at all.
And you can get quite brave on these things. And I always say, my favourite saying, don't send it unless you're prepared to stand up in court and defend it.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And it's absolutely true. It's
right?
so true. Because these things have a funny way of coming back and biting you. And you only have to look at the, those quotes that people put out on Twitter or X as it's commonly known now. And they come back and all of a sudden people are sacked or fired or whatever because their comments have offended people.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can,
And also social media. People get very brave around social media.
Keyboard warriors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not realising that, what they're putting out there is public. And, I've had it recently, a recent case where somebody has put some things on social media, quite political things, and the company who were going to employ them, like this doesn't fit with our...
Really?
Yeah.
So they've lost out on that job opportunity just because, well, these are the things you need to be wary of. And I think, obviously there's a lot of companies out there that they work in certain spaces and they need to be seen to be doing certain things. And so aligning themselves with political causes won't be the way that they want to proceed. And so they can't employ people like that, I guess. But there's a fine line, isn't there? Because sometimes we're trying to avoid discrimination really at the end of the day. And when those comments are tailored to offend certain groups of people,
hate speech and
we need to be careful of that. And so employers, we always talk about policies, but we need to have those policies in place in order to prevent that kind of behaviour. And even if it occurs outside of work, as social media is, invariably you're not on social media during work time, hopefully.
Sure.
Yeah. Hopefully. That's why I said hopefully. But yeah, I think if these incidents occur outside of work, they still have.
Of course.
They do.
They do, yeah.
And you know, even when people have the disclaimer at the bottom of their profile saying my thoughts are personally my own or whatever, are not associated with this person, but you know that person works for that company.
Exactly.
It's still going to have an effect. So it's all about having those policies and clarity.
And just, I guess, some of the comments that people, you know, make to colleagues and things, and, you know, laughing at, you know, just a joke, not at your expense, but happens a little bit too regularly.
Yeah.
Then there is, again, we're crossing into harassment.
Yes.
And
yeah, I think if you have clarity and transparency in the workplace about what is acceptable. And what is not acceptable, then that's fine. But as you say, if you feel like it's not being received in the right way, just stop doing it.
And also, I think businesses feel like, well, outside of my control what happens on their WhatsApp group, or out of my control what happens at their after work drinks.
But if it's with a colleague,
if it's, you know,
yeah,
whether it's in your time or not,
you still have that duty.
You have that duty of care,
absolutely,
that responsibility.
Yep, to protect that individual that feels that they're being harassed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and there will be certain industries where they feel like banter's part of the whole, you know, that's what we do. That's how we speak to each other. But should it really be like that? Is that necessarily the way that you should be operating your business?
It's a culture thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a culture thing. But there are some people, you know, we live in a very diverse society these days. And so what would have flown 10 years ago is not going to fly today. And the amount of cases that I've seen go through the tribunal, and it was just banter.
Yes.
It was just banter. But it's still held to be discrimination. So you got to be...
Yeah, and it's interesting. I've seen cases as well. They say, "Wow, we would never say anything like that." That's, you know, and then let's just say it's a workshop. You know, tribunals are not stupid.
No, they're not. Really?
Yeah. Never swear. We would never swear in this environment.
I mean, I swear a lot. A lot.
I mean, I didn't want to say.
No, well, yeah. A lot. But, you know, there's a time and a place.
Exactly.
There's a time and a place, you know.
So, again, with all the changes, sexual harassment.
Indeed.
And so there's a lot more that companies need to be aware of in terms of risk assessment.
Yeah. Training.
Training is a huge thing.
Yeah.
You know, no longer is it acceptable to just say, well, we've got that policy document.
Yeah.
And
That's, point to the policy.
That's, you know, building dust, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's training. Make sure every member of staff is aware of what's acceptable, what isn't acceptable. Yeah.
Do what you say.
Yeah.
Do it. Take action. If there's somebody that's a bit of a wrong un,
I love that. A bit of a wrong.
Then do something about it.
Yeah.
We go about it in the right way, but do something about it, because it's not acceptable, and it's not nice for people to not feel comfortable or safe coming to work. I think that's it at the end of the day, isn't it? You want your employees to feel safe
environment.
Yeah. And that's it. You don't want the legal definition is a hostile and intimidating environment for individuals. And everyone makes a lot of noise about toxic. You don't want that. You want it to be nice. You want to be able to come into work.
It's really difficult if you leave it. It's really difficult to break.
The longer you leave it, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
So you need to address it head on.
Make sure that people are aware of the grievance process. Make sure if someone's, even if they, and again, this is something I talk about a lot, you know, just because somebody hasn't said, I want to raise a formal grievance
Mm-hmm.
because of X, Y,
Yeah.
and Z, doesn't mean to say that they're not raising
That's it.
a grievance
That's
about X, Y, and Z.
Absolutely.
And
That's
I
it.
get that's difficult for
Yeah.
companies.
It is.
You have to listen
Oh,
to
no.
alarm bells.
We have a formal process and you could follow it, but
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, exactly. Somebody's just... The other thing as well, what happens when somebody comes to you having had a few drinks at a party and says, you know what it's like, you know, once you've had a few drinks,
Your
you're
inhibitions,
happy to talk.
Ooh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
they say, look, I'm getting harassed all the time at work. You know, that's
What do you
constant,
do?
That's constant, and this happens.
Yeah.
Then
What do you do?
exactly, you have to make sure that they're dealing.
Yeah. Because
As long as they remember.
as long as they remember. But the thing is, with that kind of situation, and you know, people drink, whatever, but what happens after that? What do they?
Exactly.
What do
back
they,
in the work environment.
Yeah, when they're back in the work environment, because it's tricky. What does the person that they've disclosed the information to, obviously, what do they do? Do they pull them aside? Do they say, well, you know?
I always say that, look, people don't tell you these things
For no reason.
just for...
Yeah, they're just for
know,
laughs.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
telling you, but I don't want you to do anything.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's something there that's...
There is.
You know.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with that. And you have a legal responsibility
Yeah,
to deal with that.
you do. But I suppose, I mean, I find that a lot of people come to me and there's, or clients will come, clients will come to me and say, yeah, they did raise that, but they said they didn't want to take it any further. So what do we do? They've still told you. Yeah.
And, you know, try and talk to them.
Yeah.
You know, we have a legal responsibility to not only look after you, but to look after other employees as well. So it's important that we deal with this.
Yeah.
And if they're adamant, no, then you still look into it.
Yeah.
Look into it.
Because you've still got somebody that is working with you
Exactly.
that could be a danger or is going to offend other people who will want to take it further and could potentially...
Not saying it's an easy...
No, it's not easy at
situation.
all, which is why it's really important to get advice
Yeah.
from HR and from a legal perspective, working together and getting the right solution to that the problem, because it's tailored solutions. One size does not fit all, and working with you, for example, could make the difference.
Yeah, so I think that companies need to deal with their grievance processes efficiently.
Yeah.
And as you said, per the policy.
Yes.
Just by dragging your feet, you know, or dealing with a grievance or something like that, it can look like you're condoning the behaviour.
Just accepting that behaviour and treating it as standard, which will undermine the person's trust, the employee's trust in the business, the company as a whole. And that will have a knock-on effect in terms of their motivation, they won't want to come to work, and then potentially their mental health, which we will touch on another episode. Yeah, we will. But I think, everything you said is absolutely valid. Grievances are there to allow employees to feel heard. Sometimes employers take it as they're just complaining about something and they won't take it seriously. But it's really an opportunity for businesses to actually look at things that they can improve on, rather than treating it as somebody is just complaining about stuff. Yeah. I mean, they're doing it.
Managers are dealing with complaints all
the time,
long. So, you know, back in the day when it was, you know, you have to have a written grievance, not in writing, etc.
Yeah.
Those days have gone.
They're not here anymore.
So, you know, I understand it's difficult for them to I guess figure out what's a grumble and what's a grievance.
What is serious,
and again, it's about communication. You know, sit down. You're upset about whatever. And also I always say, you know, if somebody stops you in the stairwell and says, oh gosh, so-and-so keeps pinching my bum. I don't know. Whatever it might be. You know.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
Nothing's going to happen.
You know,
Don't yeah. Yeah.
I know in the stairwell.
That's a massive red flag. Like, come on. You can't.
Needs to be dealt with.
It needs to be dealt with, and quick. Yeah. You know, I think workplaces have changed over the years.
Yeah.
And that you know, we've all heard of a story that we think, really?
Yeah.
Did that actually happen?
Yeah.
But I would say that nowadays they're becoming more and more. A lot more people are speaking up about it.
I agree. I think people are now. I guess the good thing is they feel comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. They feel confident that they can actually say something about it. But does it mean that there's been an increase in these incidents happening, or
just people are speaking out?
Yeah,
I think people are speaking out.
Yeah, I agree. It's not that I don't think there's been an increase at all. It's like what my mum would say, oh, you know, in the olden days.
Yeah, exactly. Back in
the day.
It's very common for like women to be sexually harassed and, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awful.
That's
really,
terrible.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And it happens every day, unfortunately. So, and with the tribunals, with people more, you know, there's no fees, so people can go to the employment tribunal with no legal assistance or experience at all. The compensation limits for discrimination cases is uncapped. Yeah. So the risk to businesses really.
Yeah. You know, you have to get it right.
You have to get it right first time, if not second time.
Or third.
Just get it right.
If you get
it right. Yeah.
I say nothing.
Okay.
If you're unsure where the line is between banter and bullying, or how to address it safely, then make sure that you seek advice. Culture starts with conversation.